So a second way you can add MIDI in Pro Tools is to grab MIDI files that already exist. There are lots of sites like this that have all these free MIDI loops that you could grab. So a lot of these will require you to have an account, and you can do that, but you can see if they're free. And then you need to pay attention to the license that comes with it. It may not matter for us because we're just doing it for educational purposes, but if you want to download these and then use these in commercial music, you really want to take a second and read through the README that comes through this. And this one happens to say license, royalty fee for use in all kinds of audio production, just building any competitive product libraries allowed. Yes, it's even allowed in library music. And notice it's not general MIDI compatible and just contains the MIDI files. So I have downloaded, and I will upload these for you, this free pack of MIDI loops. So you can see there's some documentation, some pictures of what things look like that you might structure. I've got the license agreement, the README, and then 120 beats per minute and 80 beats per minute. And it gives you some instructions on how things go together. So I've grabbed some of the 120 beat per minute files. It says there's a bass 1, bass 2 that go back to back, melody 1, melody 2, and melody 1 goes with bass 1. And then there's some chords. So I've downloaded those. And what you would do is in Pro Tools, go File, Import, MIDI. And we can go find those files. So they're on my hard drive. And you can see here's the MIDI files. So I'll grab the main chord progression, and it's going to ask me, do you want it to go to an instrument track, or do you want it to go to the clip list? Do you want it to start? So I'm going to have it go to the clip list. So now it's over here. And what will happen is it'll pull it in, and it will just call it instrument 1. So you have to rename things. So if you look here, I grabbed this file and renamed it bass, and then I've got the melody and the chords. So now you've got some files that look something like this. So I'm missing bass 2. Let's bring in bass 2. So file, import, MIDI, bass 2. I'm going to have it go to my clip list. It's right here. And I'm going to grab it right here. Now we still want to be in grid mode. And I'm going to change the grid to be a little bit bigger. So now we're dealing with half bar. And you can see I can put it right in the grid. So I've got to grab an instrument. So I've grabbed some things that already are working. So for instance, and I'm getting that error again. So let's up our latency again. So these are pre-programmed MIDI notes, and I'm free to do whatever I want with these. If you double click, you'll notice in here that I could change MIDI notes and duration, cut things off, delete them. So that's all available to you. And then I can still process it. So I grabbed the SansAmp. Okay. Then I grabbed the melody and added a synth. Okay, so I still want to add some effects to that. So I'm going to change a new bus. Control double click and make a new aux track. Set that to the same input. Choose my delay. I don't know if you have the tape echo, but I love the tape echo. Right, we got to turn this up. Now in this case, I do want sync to be on, and I'm going to do a dotted mix all the way wet. And then I grab those chords and put those on. And then I've got my So you can see I'm finding space for everything, routing, taking some of the high end away from the bass, took some low end away from the melody and add some delay on that. I've got my master fader over in the right spot, wrong spot, but I can put that. So that's the second way. So finding MIDI loops, and I can send you a link to this site and you'll have to make an account. I would suggest using a spam account. So I have a Hotmail account that I just use for spammy things like this. I may want to come back to it later. I have a password configuration that I use, but don't use your good email for this. And then you can download this file. So that's the second way.